been a while since I've used my little lamp. So in lieu of my previous videos idea of arranging all of my drawings in according to the 24-hour day cycle, I decided that maybe this particular illustration that I worked on yesterday could represent maybe really early in the morning, maybe 8 or 7 a.m. in the morning, because I want this to imply maybe he just woke up from a really long nap, or maybe he had a really bad fight and he's all bloodied up and shit, and so he just found a quiet spot in the forest to crash out and take a nap while he recovers. I think I just really like this. Okay, I don't know why. I think I just like the way I drew his arm. I also really like his butt, and I think the addition of the wings here are also quite classy. I feel like this is the sort of vibe that I want all of my illustrations to have moving forward. This sort of well composed natural scene where no detail feels out of place, where you can tell there's a story behind it, where you see a hot guy but also a hot guy with some context, something like that. I don't know, I just think this drawing I did yesterday is really good, and you're going to see me color it in this video. Intermission time. Wink wink wonk wonk. Okay, so right now you're just seeing me tidy up the little soft toys in my room by stuffing them in this clear box or whatever. It's not very interesting, but I need b-roll, so here we are. I want to take the time now to just update you on my feelings towards this art book project really briefly. Not gonna lie, it's a lot. So in case you don't know, I'm working on this art book project where I dedicate myself to drawing 24 illustrations of my favorite Whitebeard men to compile in this book that is structured around the time of the day kind of thing. You can watch my previous video-ish which explains this concept with a bit more detail, but nonetheless that is my big art project that I'm working on right now for the sake of making drawing fun again. Honestly, drawing is not exactly fun right now, but at the very least I feel myself improving. I'm starting to get a more concrete hold of what's making me quite unhappy with my art, and I think that's a very good thing. I think the thing that's sort of holding me back is drawing the same 5 people over and over again, and I guess subconsciously my brain is just sick of it. So at least I more concretely understand why I feel so burned out and dissatisfied lately. But a win that I have for this project is being able to experiment with different color palettes and lighting situations that I otherwise wouldn't have considered. Because I have to make quite a large number of art, I have to push myself out of my comfort zone in order to make every piece unique and interesting. I think also the fact that because this is a 24-hour cycle, I also have to draw some stuff at night and during daytime, so that also allowed me to explore what nighttime and dawn means to me as an artist creatively. So I get to try different colors. I got to incorporate a lot more purple, a lot more pinks and orange into my color palette, which is nice. It's really nice to expand what I can do and push myself creatively. And yeah, this project, well, not exactly fun, it's very fulfilling, and just seeing all of my stuff together gives me a lot of satisfaction and pride and joy in my work. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say for this intermission. And now we are going to return to our regular scheduled content of drawing a harpy. I guess since we're on this like reflective mood or whatever, I figured now would be a good time to reflect on my social media content management journey thus far. And I'll try and keep this short because I don't have that much b-roll left. But as y'all know, like I've been recording most of my process, like sketching and coloring everything in, and making like somewhat sloppy videos of it and uploading them to this YouTube channel. But honestly, like looking back at the videos that I've made, I don't think my videos were particularly good. But I'm impressed with myself. Like, despite the fact that I'm not exactly proud of the overall quality of these videos, I'm still very proud of myself for being this consistent. Granted, I'm in my bum unemployment era. The fact that I still decide to use my free time to consistently make videos and sit down in front of my microphone and talk every single time. Just the sheer discipline of doing this somewhat routinely and to even develop a modest backlog of videos, I think that in itself is considered quite impressive. Like, I'm very impressed with myself for sticking to this YouTube series for this long. I should be very proud of myself for not like dropping it halfway or even missing like an upload. That's impressive. I'm very impressed with myself for that. Good for me. I think something that I've learned from doing this series is probably just like figuring out the kind of videos I want to make. Like, I want all of my videos to be relatively short from now on, so nothing more than 15 minutes. I even had a phase when my videos were like 30-40 minutes. Well, that was a thing. And those longer videos did quite poorly on the channel, not necessarily because there's no demand for longer videos. It's just that when people come to my channel, they expect shorter videos, because that's just what I've built my subscriber base on, and that's totally chill. Exporting longer videos is also a pain for my devices, so I'm not going to torture myself with that. So from now on, like, all of my videos will be kind of short like this right now. And for the voiceovers, I still want it to be relatively unscripted, and I'll focus on directly narrating what's on screen and giving commentary, especially when I'm sketching and I want to talk about why I've decided to draw things a certain way, the motifs that I've included, even the color palette, like what are my thoughts going into this piece. I mean, well, since we're on the topic, I might as well say it briefly. I think overall the colors look very bright, they look very candy-like, and even if, again, the values aren't valuing, I think the colors still look very pleasing and very lovely. It's very old Jacqueline art era-esque, and I really like it. But yes, back to the topic. I think something else that I also want is I also want like my footage to be quite spontaneous as well. I'm not a huge fan of like having my camera just sit by the side to record my whole drawing process. I find videos like that very tedious to edit. So I'm going to maybe like cut back on how much I rely on that technique and just focus on recording the fun, important moments with my hands. Yeah, something like that. I guess the TLDR is I want all of my videos to be very concise, fast-paced, while also offering you some sort of intellectual value by talking about art or whatever. Just a footnote here, in case you're curious, somewhere later this year, I want to make like a short little series where I reflect on some important lessons that I've learned throughout my life. Like, there's some things that I'm very, very, very passionate about, and one of those things is social media, and I want to have a relatively shorter series here on YouTube where I talk about these things. Yeah, something like that. It's just a teaser for now. I'm still figuring out the logistics behind it, the kind of art that I'm going to feature in these videos. But just know that this is something I want to do and to look forward to it. But at any rate, thank you so much for watching this video, this series, and I hope you continue to support me. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you around. Bye bye.